Hello everyone, welcome to Jessie's MedBio. In today's class, I am going to explain about our next topic, that is growth and development from birth to adolescence. So here I made everything in a table wise. So I am going to explain about the physical development, motor development, under that gross motor and fine motor, then sensory development, language development and social development of each age group. So the first one is newborn. For their physical development, the weight should be 2.5 to 3 kg, that is normal. The length should be 45 to 50 centimeter. Then head circumference is 33 to 35 centimeter. Then the baby will sleep most of the day. Then some primitive reflexes are present, that is Moro reflex, rooting reflex, sucking and grasping reflexes. These are the some primitive reflexes which is present at the birth itself, and it will get disappear gradually. Then under the motor development, for the gross motor, they lies in flexed position, then they turn their head to side when lying, then head lag when pulled to sit. Then for the fine motor, there will be strong grasp reflex is present, then hands usually fisted. Then for their sensory development, they start to notice the phases and bright light. Then they can able to hear the loud sounds like touching, then smelling the breast milk. Then for their language development, they cries, makes comfort sounds and begins to coo. For their social development, they start to look at faces of others. Then for the age group of 2 months, their physical development is tears appear, then drooling begins. For their motor development, for the gross motor, they lift their head to 45 degree when lying in prone position. For fine motor, their hands open more time, then they start to hold the rattle briefly. Then for their sensory development, they following moving objects, they turn their head towards the sound. For their language development, they begin to smile at the peoples and also they continue to making the sound of coo. Then for the social development, their social smiles start to appear. Then for the 3 months of age, their physical development is their flexed posture will decreases and also their Moro reflexes disappear. Then for the gross motor, they lift their head to 90 degree, then rolls from back to side. For fine motor, they grasp the toys and also bringing the hands to the mouth. For their sensory development, they look towards the sound. For their language development, they laugh and coos more. For their social development, they laugh aloud or loudly. They laugh. Then for 4th month of age, their physical development is drooling increases. Then also their rooting reflexes start to disappear. For their motor development, for the gross motor development, they hold their head steady and also they can able to sit with support. For their fine motor, they reaches for objects and also bringing the hands together. Then for their sensory development, they can able to follow the object in 180 degree. Then for their language development, they start to babbles like ba, ma, and they can able to respond to sounds. For their social development, they start to recognize the familiar voices. Then for 5-month baby, their physical development is weight increases thirdly. For their motor development, under that gross motor is they rolls from tummy to back, sit with support. For the fine motor, transfer the objects from one hand to another. For their sensory development, they are having good hand-eye coordination. For their language development, they babbles ba, da, ma, and also they can able to enjoy the sounds. Their social development, they can able to recognize their parents during the 5th month itself. Then for the 6-month baby, their physical development is their weight doubles the birth weight. First teeth may appear. For their motor development, for the gross motor development, they can able to sit with support and rolls both ways. For their fine motor, they can able to transfer the object between their hands and they can able to hold the bottle. Then for their sensory development, better color vision will be there, and also they can able to explore the object by touching them. Then for their language development, they can able to babble, ba, da, ma and all. They can, and also they can able to turns to own name. For their social development, they can able to enjoy the mirror image. Then coming to the 7 month of age, the teeth continue to erupt. For their fine motor, they can able to sit without the support. They begins to crawling. Then for their fine motor development, they can grasp, then pick up object willingly. Then for their sensory development, they are having depth perception. Then for their language development, they respond to on name and babbles more. And for their social development, stranger anxiety or anxiety toward the stranger people start to begins. Then for 8 month baby, they are having better bladder and bowel control. For their fine motor development, they start to crawl well, then pulls to sitting. For their fine motor development, their finger feeding start, and also they can able to hold one spoon. Then for the sensory development, they look for objects that are hidden. And for the language development, they say mama, dada, and they can able to understand the word no. And for their social development, they place, speak, a boo. When coming to the 9 month of baby, their more number of teeth will erupt. For their gross motor development, they crawls very fastly. Then they pull to stand. For their fine motor development, they can able to pick up small objects with their thumb and finger. And for their sensory development, they are having good hearing and vision. For their language development, they can able to understand simple words, and they can able to verse like bye bye and all. For the social development also, they can able to verse. For the 10 month baby, they are having better vision. For their gross motor development, they can able to cruises, holding furniture. For their fine motor development, their pincer grasp begins. For their sensory development, they can able to explore the environment actively. And for their language development, they say simple words like ma, ba, da and all, like previously only. Then for their social development, they can able to clap their hand. Then coming to the 11 month baby, their physical development is their chest circumference, which is equal to their head circumference. For their gross motor development, they can able to stand alone, and also they can able to walk with one hand held. For their fine motor development, they can able to drink from the cup, and also they can able to feed self with the fingers. For their sensory development, they are having good coordination of senses, and also they can able to say 2-3 meaningful words and following some simple commands. And for the social development, they can able to play with the adults. For 12 month baby or 1 year baby, their physical development is their weight triples to their birth weight. Their height increases by 50% and around 6 to 8 teeth presence. Then for their gross motor development, they can able to stand alone, walk with one hand or takes few independent steps. For their fine motor development, good pincer grasp is present, drinks from cup, and also try to use spoon. Then for their sensory development, they are having well developed binocular vision. They can able to recognize the pictures. For their language development, they can able to say 3 to 5 meaningful words and understand simple commands and point to objects. For their social development, they can able to wave and play simple games and showing some affection to their parents. That is about the sensory development of 1 year baby. Then next one is the 15-month year of baby. Their physical development is their both leg start to appear, and also their weight will increases. For their motor development, under the gross motor, they walks well. They can able to climb the stairs. For their fine motor, they start to scribble, and they can able to stack 2 blocks. For their language development, they can able to speak 2 to 6 words and able to understand simple commands. For their cognitive development or their language development or the thinking development, they can able to understand simple commands and finds hidden objects. Then for their social development, they can help in simple tasks and also imitate the adults. Then coming to the 18 month of baby, for their physical development, their fontanelle will closes, 16 teeth will present. For their gross motor, they can able to run stiffly, walks upstairs with the help. For the fine motor, they can able to stack 3 to 4 blocks. They can able to turn the pages of the book. Then coming to the language development, they can able to speak 4 to 10 words and able to know around 5 or 6 body parts. Then start to ask the why questions. Then for the cognitive development, they can able to identify the body parts and follows 2-step commands. And for the social development, parallel play will be there, temper tantrums will present. For the 2-year baby, their weight will be 12 kg, height will be 85 centimeter approximately. Gross motor development, they can able to run, kick ball, climb stairs. For the fine motor development, they can able to stack 6 to 7 blocks, turn book pages one by one. Then for language development, uses about 300 words from two, and also they can able to form 2-word sentences. For their cognitive development, they can able to sort the shapes and colors, and they can able to play. For the social development, imitates the. Then coming to the 30 month of year or 2.5 year baby, their weight will be approximately 13 kg. They can able to jump with their both feet. For the fine motor, stacks 8 blocks, copies vertical line. For their language development, speaks in short sentences. And for their cognitive development, they can able to matches the shapes and start to count the objects. And for the social development, start to play with other children and also sharing the toys. Then coming to 3 years of age, their weight will be approximately 14 kg, height will be approximately 95 centimeter. They start to ride the tricycle and hops on one foot. Then coming to the fine motor development, they draw simple shapes and also they can able to build the tower by using 6 to 8 blocks. Then for their language development, they speak in sentences and they can able to tell stories, and also they knows the colors and numbers. Then coming to the cognitive development, they understand time words and also remember the stories. Then for the social development, imaginative play and cooperative play will be present. In next class, I will explain about the play and all. Then coming to the 4 years, their growth will continues, and for the gross motor development, they skips and also catches the ball. Then for their fine motor development, then they can able to cope the cross and square, and also they draw simple person with 2-3 parts and all. Then for their language development, they can able to speak very clearly and fluently and able to count from 1 to 10. For their cognitive development, they can able to understand the opposites and also solving simple problems, knows day, month and all. For their social development, they are independent, ready for school and follow rules. Then coming for 5 year, the physical development is they are having half of the adult weight. Then their weight is 18 to 20 kg approximately. Then for their gross motor development, they can able to skip, balance on one foot and hops and jumps. For their fine motor development, they can able to write some letters and able to use scissors. Then for their language development, they can able to read simple books and write simple sentences. For their cognitive development, logical thinking will develop and able to understand the rules. And for their social development, they are having good social skills and able to follow the rules. For 6 to 8 years or the school age children, they are having steady growth, permanent taste start to begin. Then for the gross motor development, they can able to ride the bicycle and good balance and coordination will be there. For their gross fine motor development, they can able to write very neatly and using scissors appropriately. Then for the language development, long conversations will be there, understanding the abstract ideas. Then for their cognitive development, they can able to learn new concepts and also the abstract thinking will improve. Then for the social development, good peer relation will be there and responsibility will develop. For 8 to 10 years of age, their physical development will be steady growth, and for their gross motor development will be, there will be better coordination is present, and also they can able to play games and engage in sports activities. For their fine motor development, good handwriting will be there, they can able to use the pencil properly. Then for the language development, vocabulary will increases, they can able to understand the jokes. And coming to their cognitive development, problem solving will be better. And for their social development, they are independent. Then also peer group will be important in their life. Then coming to the 10 to 12 years of age, their physical development will be pre-puberty changes will start to begin. For their gross motor development, they are having good strength and stamina, participate in sports, and for their fine motor development, skilled hand use, and also they can able to use the tools and instruments. Then coming to the language development, they are having better expression and able to think logically. Then coming to their cognitive development, they are having critical thinking, decision making will improve. And for the social development, they are having emotional changes and also identity development there. Then coming to 12 to 14 years, that is known as early adolescence, which means from 12 to 18 or 19 will be the adolescent period. Under that, 12 to 14 is the early adolescent period. So during this period, their puberty start to begins, and for their gross motor development is their adult-like coordination will be there. For the fine motor, hand-eye coordination will be excellent. For their language development, they think abstractly and expresses their feelings properly. For their cognitive development, they are having self-awareness and also future planning will be there. And then social development, they concerned about their body and strong peer influences will be present during this age group. Then coming to the 14 to 16 years, that is middle adolescence. During this time, the rapid changes will continue. For the gross motor, strength will increases in boys than in the girls. Then fine motor development, they are independent in all activities. And for their language development, complex reasoning will be there and debates and discussions will be present. For their cognitive development, decision making will be there and also future planning will be present. For their social development, they are independent and strives for identity. Then coming to 17 to 19 years, that is late adolescence. During this period, for the physical development is their physical maturity will complete. And coming to their gross motor development, they are having full motor maturity. Then coming to their fine motor development, they are skillful and efficient movements will be present. Then for their language development, mature communication will be there and they are having some clear goals. Then for their cognitive development, mature judgment will be there, independent thinking will be developed. And for their social development, they are independent and also plans for their future. These are the growth and development of a child from their birth to adolescent age.